Walk through the night without leaving. Okay, we're a couple minutes after 4, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I just want to say hello and welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining this event. This is a celebration of women entrepreneurs, honestly. We at Stoke run this program every year with Texas Women's University Center for Women Entrepreneurs. They have been such a great partner with us to help support and incubate businesses with female founders. This is the fifth cohort that we have run through this 5-month program just here in Denton. This program started in Denton, but it's something that has expanded to communities all over the state because the Center for Women Entrepreneurs reach is across the state. So we run the local program here in Denton, but there are really like so many entrepreneurs that have been supported by the work that they do and by the work that we're able to do together. So thank you so much for joining us and for being here. Um, my name is Heather Gregory. I am the owner and executive director here at Stoke. And we're just really excited to see everybody here and to do a virtual showcase. The participants in this program have been having weekly meetings for the last 5 months. They applied, they were vetted, they were interviewed, they were selected. We curated a cohort of 6 businesses to participate, and all of them were in a very exciting growth stage. So they've been getting together every week to participate in uh, workshops, in mentoring and one-on-one business coaching. And then, they'll probably speak to some of it, but there's so much peer-to-peer learning and support that happens in this program as well. So it's a huge accomplishment and they've done so much work. So I'm really just so excited to be here and to have so many familiar faces and names. If you want to be on video, you're welcome to. You definitely don't have to. The way that today is going to kind of go is we have 5 businesses presenting videos or slides about their businesses, doing kind of a virtual showcase so that you can learn more. Um, if you have questions for a business individually or about the program as a whole, definitely go ahead and drop that in the chat. At the end, once we've done all of the presentations, we will go ahead and, oh, hi there, my children. We will go ahead and do any audience questions at that time, all at the end there. So if you have any questions throughout, definitely drop them into the chat. Um, I want to thank the Stoke team too for helping pull this off. Robin and Jasmine and Julie is somewhere on the call too. So thank you so much for helping accomplish this. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you haven't already, definitely introduce yourself in the chat. We'd love to hear from you, know who you are. If you aren't already planning on it, please make plans to join us at 5 at Harvest House as well, in case you have to dip off the call before we make the announcement at the end. So we are going to start today with Morgan Lofton of Penn Patera, who is an insect taxidermist. And if you haven't seen her work at the community market, you will get to see some in her presentation. So Morgan, if you want to go ahead and share your screen and unmute and take it away.
Thank you so much, Heather. I am so excited to meet all of you ladies later today. I am going to briefly get coordinated here and share my screen so you can see my slide deck. Let me quickly navigate this. I'm a Canva user. That wasn't evident before. All right. I just want to ensure that everyone can see my screen. We have a good view of
Yes.
everything.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go back to screen one. Okay, all right, perfect. So let's jump in. My name is Morgan Lofton. I am a full-time insect taxidermist, and my husband and I founded Pin Patera in here in downtown Denton in 2021. We got our start right after the pandemic, and it started as a side hustle and eventually grew into a full-time job and career path for us. And we feel really blessed to be here and to be sharing our story with you today. So this is me. This is my family. This is my husband, Micah, and my son, Coulter. This was right after we had a market at Community Market and we had merchandise made. So it was wonderful. I love my community. I love serving my community. So if you see me out and about at Murder Kroger, please don't hesitate to say hi to me. So to reel myself in professionally, we are woman owned, but we are family operated. We live downtown. Our process is a hyper focus on sustainability. So our mission is to protect our natural population of specimens and empower our client with knowledge about that specimen. So green initiatives, a lot of transparency into our process. I've had this conversation probably a million times with a lot of people, and I'm happy to do it over and over and over so that you feel good about the artwork that's hanging up on your wall. And you also can tell your guests about it when they come into your home. So all of our artwork is handmade by me, by my husband. We do everything in-house, literally out of our house with love. It spills everywhere. It spills into my living room, in my kitchen, in my garage. And you can find us online, and you can also find us at artisan markets across North Texas. I call Denton Community Market our home base because we're there every Saturday, rain or shine. It's a few blocks from where we live, and I love, love, love being there in that market and its people. But you'll come to see that you can generally find us across DFW every weekend. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what makes Pin Patera unique, or maybe what has lended to our success where I could scale this. Because insect taxidermy is a very old artwork, and a lot of people have learned to do this across history. But we have a very modern minimalism presentation that I think lends itself to many styles versus limiting aesthetic to one demographic. And to break that down, I mean, someone who might have very Gothic Victorian taste could buy a frame that's black with a very ghost mounted, where it looks like it's floating aesthetic. The same way that someone who maybe might be a farmhouse or contemporary designed home, that black frame could mold in with her style. And suddenly I haven't boxed myself into a certain clientele. I want it to be elevated and museum curated, and that anybody who appreciates insects can take my art home with them without feeling limited to the style or box that it's in. I also think that we hyper focus on the mount and the penmanship itself, and the quality of our pinning becomes the artistry versus, how we've adornished it or added to the specimen. I think that retracts from the beauty of it in itself. We also have a farm to artist business model, and I know that might sound silly, but I spend a lot of time sourcing specimens from across the world. I maintain a permit with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. We pay our duties, or we establish strong partnerships with domestic suppliers who we know source the same way that we do. We also focus on client education. So if you walked into my booth at a market, I could tell you what specimen it is, what sex it is, its eating habits, a funny story. I want you as a client to buy a piece of artwork, and when you hang it on your wall and all your friends and family ask you those questions, you feel good about it and can answer them. So here is some examples of artwork that I've done in the past. We do have our standard black and white 10 by 10 frames where we'll mount a specimen in, just like you saw down here with this devil's flower praying mantis. But we have expanded into a lot of different varieties of art styles, and I'm contacted pretty frequently for custom work, like this lamp that we did where we encapsulated individual specimens inside these glass bottles. This white butterfly frame was a bridal commission. This was a bride's bouquet, and butterflies were really special to her, and so we were able to make something. Up here, we have these dragonflies. We notice dragonflies hold a lot of sentimentality for families who have suffered loss. And so if we can put this in a glass box for them, and it's like visiting a loved one for a lot of people. And overall, doing this has opened my eyes to how people use art as a way to express themselves emotionally and also cherish memories of their loved ones. All right, segueing into our reach and our clientele. So I have spoke previously on how we vend full-time year-round at farmers markets and artisan markets across North Texas. Being in touch with people on a day-to-day basis allowed us to diversify our product line, and it also gave me insight into who our clients are. And what I have learned is that while everyone seems to visit and appreciate our artwork, generally the people consuming and buying it the most are women between 25 and 45 years of age. Oh, here was another picture of my family at Dios de los Muertos. Sorry. So here is some fun charts. If you're a math person, I'll just glaze over this really quickly. So I looked at our annual total spend in 2023, and I also looked at our average spend per transaction. And I've told my fellow cohorts in the past, if I looked at our annual revenue broken out with workshops, events, and artwork, the bulk of our revenue is coming from making artwork and selling at markets or online. But women aged over 25 are just completely dominating the market. And I couldn't quite find an end cap for this data because we have some outliers, but 25 to 45 is a pretty large range. And men over 25 are close behind, but they're not quite as frequently as women are. And then with average spend transaction, things tend to shift, where I'm noticing that men on average buy less consistently with our annual dollars, but that they will spend a significantly higher amount per transaction. So there's that. So segueing into our progress since we first got started in 2021, we noticed we were growing 40% annually. And I know that a lot of part of this, our first year, was because I went from it being a side hustle to a full-time job. The second year, we saw the same growth. But this previous year, our growth dropped. And as I explore our economy as a whole, that being an election year and inflation, I'm diminishing that to, the economy just kind of took a hit for retail anyway. But I'm trying to not let that discourage me. And Stoke has completely empowered me to kind of change how I'm operating. So if that were to happen again, I wouldn't feel it as badly. We expanded from one market per weekend to 3 to 4 across DFW. So initially, I was killing myself and working every single event, every single weekend, rain or shine. And then I learned to scale and hire people. And Stoke definitely came in clutch and helped me find some quality hires this year. We opened a website, started selling online. This especially was important as we've expanded to doing events and partnerships with food vents like with Insurgent. I noticed that several publications sought us out, including TWU, UNT, NBC5, the Dallas Observer, and Texas Monthly. Texas Monthly is probably the largest publication that's ever contacted us, and I was ecstatic to hear from them. I was on vacation, and they waited a long time to hear back from me. We also were pursued by Dallas World Market to try wholesale. We did that. We did partner with 34 retailers nationwide across the United States, and we still have several contracts that we work with, but overall, we're pivoting away from wholesale until we can grow internally to where we can handle that, because it's just too much right now. We also were pursued by consignment shops locally, and also by wedding coordinators and designers for more intimate artwork. And that is a demographic or market that I'm really trying to pursue and work harder with in the future as we grow. Like I think that's where my passion is going. So I wanted to share with you guys some examples of some larger displays. Like House on Bishop was a wholesale client for a few years, and this was a lovely display that they had in their store. This is our wax brand for Pin Patera. We did not do this our first year in business, and we have gotten lazy and have stopped doing it this past year. But this is something I would like to get back consistently doing every year to ensure that our brand shines through and we keep our brand recognition strong in the area. This is also a display when we were at Dallas World Market. Forgive me. Okay. So I just want to thank everyone for attending my presentation today. If I am happy to take your calls and questions, you're welcome to contact me. I have a business phone. And I also have this website. You're welcome to email me at pinpatera@gmail.com. To kind of end today, I wanted to share a vision that my husband and I have long term. We plan to open a butterfly conservatory. We'd love for this to be open to the public and it be an event venue, like a private, intimate space where couples could get married or share celebrations, and we could house a gift shop out of it. So, fingers crossed that that's in our future as we scale. And I'm happy to take your questions. Thank you again for listening.
Thank you so much, Morgan. So yeah, if anybody has questions, drop them in the chat. We will circle back to them at the end. But Morgan, if you had kind of one top takeaway from the program, something that you learned or something just about it that benefited you and your business, could you just speak to that quickly?
Yes, yes. It's hard to pick one, but I think Stoke empowered me the most with keeping very clean accounting records. I was a type of person that lived out of my head, and I was holding on to everything in notebooks and scribble scrabbles, Excel worksheets, and Excel obviously is not a long-term solution. So I think stoking away, my peers validated me by telling me you can't do it all. You need some software and support, and here are those resources. And I think that's going to be the backbone to my success is keeping clean accounting and book records. So thank you again for that push, and that's how we've started our first quarter as our business this year.
Awesome. Excellent. And that business phone too, right? We talked about
Yes.
boundaries
Yes.
and
Yes,
and
the
how to
business phone.
sometimes turning the notifications off isn't enough. Just having a separate phone can do the job even better. So
No, you're exactly right. Like I said,
awesome.
it's hard to pick one thing that Stoke has helped me with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Morgan.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. It's been an honor to get to know you a little bit better through this program. Up next, we have Triptych Coffee Co. So some of our participants decided to go ahead and present live, and others wanted to create a video or something that they could use today and beyond, maybe on social or in some way to help share about their business and what they do. So we are going to share Triptych Coffee Co.'s video, and then we'll chat with Bets and Lois right after.
Actually, it's really delicious. Hi, my name's Bets. And I'm Lois. And we're Triptych Coffee Co. And that's our intro. Cool. We're a mobile coffee cart based in Denton, Texas. Right now, we are currently parked inside of True Leaf Studio, which is our pretty much permanent home at this point. We do some catering here and there, but at the moment, we are open 6 days a week. Yeah, Tuesday through Sunday. When the weather's nice, everything's on wheels. We roll it all outside, spend our days on the patio. It's pretty great. Oh, hey, yeah, no, we're open. You can come in. Hot Americano. We've both been baristas for a really long time. Both local to Denton. And after being a part of this community and working in that industry, like we've really just fallen in love with it. We just love Denton. I don't know. We found so much support even before we started this within the community. It's our home, really. I mean, it just felt right to do it here. I want people to take away joy. I want people to come in and feel excited to try new things and try funky things. This is our passion. Coffee is fun. It doesn't have to be pretentious. It doesn't have to be scary. Like we've since the beginning been really passionate about reeling in our environmental and like physical impact. And we'd love to leave a lasting impact on people, but not the earth. We keep a pretty fully stocked retail shelf full of coffee from kind of all over the place. We like to rotate out our options pretty frequently. Every 3-4 months, we're going to switch it out and have a new roaster on the shelf. Keeps it exciting, keeps it fun and fresh. And one of my favorite parts about this whole program is how often we rotate our espresso and what we have on cold brew and drip. Every week, it's going to be a different espresso. Everything on our menu that's not a tea and not a coffee or not a milk, I guess, is made by us. Yeah, we do a lot of curated drink specials as well for fun events, holidays, whatever's going on. It's like mixology, but in coffee. We'd like to create the third space for Denton. I think that's one thing that this community really needs more of, more options for third spaces where people feel comfortable and supported. And the best way that we know that we can serve our community is through that. Anyways, I'm dreaming. To sum it up, I think we're enjoyers of good things, and that makes us creators of good things. It's important to us what goes into our drinks, what goes into our syrups,
what goes into the coffee that we have on our retail shelf. We work with people that source their coffee well, care about where it's coming from, who's picking it, cares how it gets here to us. And we care that same way just for y'all.
301 South Locust Street, True Leaf Studio.
True Leaf Studio.
8 to 4, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays, 9 to 2 on Sundays. It's a little wild, I know.
It's pretty cool here.
Get a plant, get a coffee.
You'd be a cool kid if you came.
You would.
All the hipsters are here.
Definitely very. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Awesome. We love the video. We love to be cool kids. If you haven't been to either True Leaf, which is an amazing plant store, or Triptych Coffee, you've got to go. Go tomorrow. Bets and Lois, can you just talk a little bit about, you know, goals that you met through this program, or, you know, some of the big highlights of your experience?
So this has been a great experience for us, mainly to find connection and community within the small business community in Denton. It's really hard as queer women to kind of find your foothold in something like this, but being around everyone at Stoke and being around that community has really made it possible to feel like we had a place. And we've gained a lot of insight in a lot of different ways to like marketing. Like obviously we've invested in marketing a little bit more recently, and that's been really fun. But really most of all, like meeting all of these super talented, hardworking women and being inspired every week to try something new. That's kind of been a game changer because it's so easy to fall into your own head on things, you know, and just fall into a circle of telling yourself you're going to do something and then you never do. But then having that accountability and like being able to like have new ideas with other people and hear what they're thinking and from different industries, it was a huge learning experience. So
I mean, literally, I was a witness of in a meeting of basically the whole group doing a like brainstorm session for how to help you guys envision a whole second cart, which y'all were able to launch, you know, everything but espresso, but you're able to now be in two places at once, which, you know, was sort of like it there, and you're like, but maybe not this, but you know, the peer-to-peer like support and new ideas, like, you know, we're better together ultimately.
Absolutely. That's our slogan.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, as I said, if y'all haven't been there, definitely go hit up Triptych Coffee Co. Next, we are going again to see a pre-recorded video from Jeanette Arona, who is a counselor here in Denton at Azul Therapies. And so we are going to show her video now. Can you unmute, Ron?
Okay.
Howdy, my name is Jeanette Arona. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I am also the owner and founder of Azul Therapies. I primarily focus on counseling adults at the intersection of being BIPOC and queer or trans. In addition to that, I also do a couple of really cool things. So come along with me as I explain a little bit about what it is that I do and show you my kids' face. I'm located in Corinth, Texas, across the street from NCTC and Corinth Gymnastics. I'm in the yellow section of the building. As soon as you walk in, I'll be the first door on the left. The chairs in my waiting area are also super size inclusive and very cozy. So rest assured that you'll be comfortable no matter what your situation. While you're waiting, you can also make yourself a nice cup of tea. I've got caffeinated and decaf, so if you need a little pick-me-up or just something warm, you can absolutely do that. This is my primary counseling room where you will likely see me sitting in my wheelchair here and where we'll likely do counseling sessions. Alternatively, we may find ourselves sitting in here, or if you're with my other counselor, you're sitting here. I also offer sand-train therapy, which is something that I don't talk a lot about. It's a great way to reprocess trauma or difficult memories that sort of ruminate in your head. Typically, what I'll have you do is pick out a couple of figurines here to represent individuals in your memory or just things that you're struggling with. So I'll go ahead and pick a couple here, place them in the sand tray, and show y'all what I'm talking about. The way that I've been setting up sand tray lately is that I'll have you put your figurines in the sand tray and I'll ask you to describe it as going on scene for me. This is a very powerful exercise, so you can expect to emote a lot. So we'll talk about the trauma, we'll work around it, and I'll bring you up, I'll help you regulate. But then a really cool thing about this is I will have you reprocess the trauma. So I will ask you to adjust it in a way that you wish you could have done, or a way that you wish you could do for your younger self. And that may look something like this. It's very powerful. It is one of my favorite things to do with clients. It is just so awesome. I also do walk and talks, which is basically the same thing as counseling, but it's a lot of fun, and I highly, highly recommend it if things like intense eye contact or sitting in a room isn't for you. I also offer sessions virtually, so if you're located all the way in like Houston or Austin or even the Panhandle, I can see you there too. As long as you're in Texas, we're all good. Another thing that I love to do for my clients is have a variety of fidget toys. I have so many. Really, I hope that it fits every single sensory need. If you ever have any sort of request or want to play with them, I usually have them on the board between us. And I will also disclose that I fidget as well. In fact, at the beginning of the video, you may have seen me fidgeting with my face. I really do love what I do. I cherish the opportunity to work with each and every single one of my clients. If you're interested in beginning counseling with me, you can reach out to me at info@AccelerateHERPies.com. That's AcceleratePies. Or you can look up my availability at www.accelerateHERPies.com. También ofrezco los mismos servicios en inglés y en español.
I love it. I laugh every time I see you upside down in that chair. Jeanette, can you talk a little bit just about like one of the biggest ways this program impacted you in your business?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, but somebody has to unmute. One person does. Can't hear y'all.
I got it. Go ahead.
Okay. I can remember coming in my very first meeting and just feeling really intimidated and like, oh, I don't belong here. Like, this is who's in this like group. This is not me. But like, I really now feel like I'm a part of like what makes Denton Denton, and it's been thanks to this group. Another thing that this group really helped me do is find the courage to increase my rates because I upgraded my license. Like, I fully had convinced myself that I wasn't going to because it was going to be harmful to my clients and I was going to lose a bunch of clients. I actually only lost one client, and between last January and this January, because I've had help with marketing and exposure and I increased my rates, my revenue has gone up by 71%. And I just, so happy. I love helping people, but I also like money.
Yeah, it's hard, right? I know, especially, right? We had two like mental health professionals in this group, and it's like difficult to kind of square away the like you're in this because you want to help people, and also you can't do that really unless you're making money. And kind of in business, they say like your rates should be too high for some people because like you'll find your market, you'll find your market there. So I'm so excited for the ways that this group helped your business grow and your income grow. So that's incredible. Okay, Yay. So if you have already presented from the cohort, in the chat right now, could you, I know you added it to your slides and to your videos and stuff, but if you could just drop your contact information, the best ways for people to contact you so that they can have it here. And then who do we have next? Morgan Kennedy is next, right? Okay, so we are going to show Morgan's video. Morgan is a local architect who has a couple of really exciting projects just completed, and according to social media, some cool ones in the works too. So yeah, let's learn more about MKOA.
My name is Morgan Kennedy, and I am the founder and owner of MKOA Studio. We are an architecture and interior design firm in Denton, Texas, that works on custom residential and commercial projects. I'm licensed in the state of Texas, and our projects are a diverse range of clients. We specialize in one-on-one service and customized design. Every single project starts from a sketch and is really one of a kind to our clients. I've been working in the industry for over 10 years. I've worked in residential, retail, hospitality, private office, bar and restaurant, community centers, and multifamily. I grew up in Dallas and went to Oklahoma State University. I traveled a bit after being awarded the Cottle Traveling Fellowship, and then worked at some really amazing firms across the United States, and really just learned as much as I could about architecture and interior design in residential and commercial. I also learned about procurement and furniture, and I've been able to apply all of these skills into the projects that I've been working on with MKOA. Last year, I had 2 projects that were completed under construction that were a joy to work on, one of them being Eagle Survey in downtown Denton. My team is incredible, and I'm so lucky to have them, very talented and hardworking architects and interior designers. We just opened a new office in downtown Denton, Texas, and it has been so fun being able to have a space to design and think. We're different from other firms because we're a full service design firm. We provide architecture services, interior design services, as well as furniture, fixtures, and finishes. We produce the standard expectations for an architecture firm of the one being licensed construction drawings, as well as a lot of other design services. I spend a lot of time with my clients in the programming and concept design phase, coming up with exactly what they are looking for, what they need for their project, vision casting, feasibility studies, financial reviews, etc. We can provide 3D walkthroughs and images because we're working in the leading industry software called Revit Architecture. We provide interior designs, specifications, procurement, which means furniture, light fixtures. And then we also can select all of the materials and fixtures for the interiors and exterior. And I have a lot of experience on job sites, monitoring and working with contractors, and provide construction observation and design build services as well. What sets us apart is our comprehensive design services, which is really unique in the market, and the fact that we're working in the leading industry technology for commercial and residential clients. And none of our designs are copied. Nothing is taken from somewhere else. It really is custom and unique to each client. This is an example of how Revit Architecture looks. We also have a plugin that allows us to walk through the space that we are building and designing, and in real time provide design options for our clients. We work on all kinds of projects. Truly, I have seen so many different types of projects. Right now, focusing on residential, personal dwellings, ADUs, apartments, luxury housing, luxury developments, vacation properties. Then the commercial side, we're working with small businesses. We're working in commercial offices. We're providing developers options for larger scale projects, and then also retail and hospitality jobs that include interior design. My staff actually are virtual, and we support clients in North Texas and beyond. We have clients in Oklahoma, and because we function virtually, we can support regionally and remote clientele. I'm licensed in Texas, but I'm also NCARB certified, which allows me to transfer my license to any of the 50 states. We are looking for larger scale projects and business to business relationships in the civic education sectors, developer networks, multifamily, and housing. This would allow us to hire some additional architectural staff and continue growing as a company. If you'd like to learn more about MKOA, please go to our website at mkoastudio.com. There's a client intake form you can fill out that'll be emailed to us. You can also email us directly at hello@mkoastudio. You can call us at 940-331-5237, or you can stop by the office at 222 South Elm Street, Suite 101. Thank you so much for your time and listening all about MKOA Studio.
Yay. So Morgan, I see you have one of your biggest fans there with you. I love the babies on the call. Hi. Can you, Morgan, just talk a little bit about how this program benefited you and your business?
Oh my gosh. I've been taking notes since the other cohorts have gone. The biggest thing that I'm realizing is when I started this with Heather and the group, it was just me. I was running a lot of these jobs on my own with some friends that were helping me part-time. And this program has given me the confidence to hire staff, to move into an office, to really create a company and support more young entrepreneurs and young women than just myself. And running the business can get really lonely when it's just you. And it has been so amazing to have people to talk to listen through their struggles, support one another. It's been so valuable. I've loved doing this. Thank you so much, Heather.
Yeah, of course. I remember at one of our first one-on-ones, you were like, well, I could move in this direction. I could go in this direction. I could go in this direction. I really don't know. And you like, yeah, you have a beautiful office space, and I'm excited to see what is on the horizon for you.
Thanks to Brad, who's on
Yeah,
our call.
thanks to Brad. Hi, Brad.
They're amazing. I would have the company I have without my clients. And yeah, so thank you all so much for investing and supporting me and my company.
Awesome. Hooray, hooray. It's been excellent getting to know you. Okay, so we now have Heather Walker, who owns Bright Smiles by Heather, and she is going to share her slides and share about her business.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Awesome, okay. Thank goodness Morgan is sitting next to me because I might need some help on how to get these damn slides up. Share. Oh wait,
As they're doing that, I will just remind if you are in the cohort
you're the
and
Canva girl. And then present full screen.
if you're in the cohort and you've presented, drop your contact info in the chat. And if the audience,
Okay, this is weird. I can't see myself.
Oh,
Hi.
hold on 1 second. Are you sharing?
Can you see it?
Can y'all see everything?
No? Okay.
We need to do, I'm gonna exit out of this. We need to go back into the Zoom. You want to hit share and then Canva share. Okay, so you're gonna have to reorient yourself. Basically. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so much better. I just love seeing Jasmine over there with that big old smile on her face because I love smiles and I love making people smile. I am Bright Smiles by Heather. You might have seen this tooth driving around town, driving way too fast, might I say. But anyways, this is my logo and I just love what I do. And the biggest thing I want people to know is where I'm located. I'm on the square and I offer teeth whitening on the square without having to go to the dentist. Just move. Sorry, Morgan's moving me. There you go. Perfect. Awesome, Morgan. Thank you. Okay, now you can see my giant tube. Okay, guys, so I tell people all the time I'm on the square, and they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm right in the Hickory building. I'm right on the square. Do you see this? You all recognize this awning. You've walked past it a million times, but I didn't even know where it was when I started looking for a place to open my business. But I wanted to be right here on the square. Here's our atrium, and you can walk right here. There I am. See, now you can't say you don't know where I'm located. So I offer professional teeth whitening. My background is I've worked in the dental field for decades, and I just saw a need to bring teeth whitening to the public in just a private setting. Teeth whitening isn't covered by dental insurance, and it can be very expensive. The average price around Denton is around $500 what you pay. If you go down to Flower Mound, it's around $650 out of pocket. And who wants to pay that? And who wants to go to the dentist? That place is scary. Here's one of my clients before and afters. I mean, it speaks for itself. You just get results. This is literally after 1 hour. Now everybody's different. And of course I picked the best picture, but you get the idea. So here's my studio. This is my friend. She probably doesn't know that I'm sharing her picture constantly. She did consent to this. I'm not doing anything wrong. And this is my studio. It's a nice private setting where you can come get your teeth whitened. But my biggest push that I'm doing for 2025 is mobile. Here is one of my clients. She's come, I've whitened her teenager's teeth. This was last December. She's like, can you just come to the house and whiten all 5 of us? Well, yeah, the answer is I sure can. This is 2 or 18. Look at that mansion. That's where I'm going one day. And then here she is. I have 2 whitening lights. So I can look, I got teenagers all over the living room whitening their teeth. And so she loved it. It was convenient. I was there for about 3 hours and I whitened 5 people's teeth. So here's my contact information. You can scan that QR code and you can find me there. There's my number. You can email me. You can text me. I do not have a business phone. That is my phone. So, but that's okay. But I truly love to make people smile, and I can make you feel comfortable. I also can just consult you on any dental questions you may have. There's a lot of misconceptions about teeth and how they work, and I love to educate people in that, and I just love to make people feel comfortable. So thank you so much. And who is ready for some Harvest House? I know I'm ready for a drink.
Same. I will just say, if y'all can't tell from the chat, the way that the people in this cohort have supported each other, it's like we're all getting our coffee from Triptych, we're getting our teeth whitened from Heather. We are like, a couple of weeks ago, our whole session was wins and needs, and basically every need that somebody in the room stated was met by somebody else in the room. They could just help solve the problem. So again, if this is a program, if you're on this call because you're thinking about maybe being interested, we'd love to see you and talk more about it. Heather, can you talk a little bit just about like what this program did for you? Like how did it help? What goals were you able to meet? Just share with us a little bit about that.
Well, I'll piggyback on a couple of what both Morgan said. One of them is streamlining, like just having just scribble sheets everywhere and just all these ideas in my head. And the other Morgan even said just having coworkers, people to see, because it's just me when I'm at my office. I mean, seriously, I might show up here every Friday, or kick me out because I just love that. But the amount, it made it look at my business in a way I mean, maybe I would have come up with, but not in this program. And I mean, I don't know. It's been amazing, and I highly suggest it to anyone.
Awesome. Thank you. If you want to go ahead and stop sharing your screen and we'll get back to the gallery view. We're going to hear from one more person just briefly. Dr. Kimberly Burdine joined this cohort, and she moved during the cohort. So we haven't gotten to see her in person as much as we would like. But Kim, could you please share a bit about your business and what it is that you're doing?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My face hurts because I'm smiling so big, getting to see and just catch up on what y'all have going on. So it's good to see everybody. Looking forward to hanging out at Harvest House. So I am Dr. Kimberly Burdine, and I am a licensed psychologist, and I have a psychological services and consulting business. My practice is virtual, 100% virtual, and I provide mental health services and consulting with a specific focus on the healing and liberation of people of color, specifically Black folks. And in 2020, the business specifically was birthed out of a desire from me after spending about 13 years in university counseling as a therapist and in leadership, really wanting to intentionally provide care that otherwise wouldn't happen. And so I have a deep desire to support the healing and liberation of Black folks. And while mental health is increasingly becoming more popular and certainly has become less stigmatized, there still is a challenge in finding culturally affirming care. Culturally affirming care. And so that's one of the things that I get to do. I absolutely love my clients and the work that I get to do. And so one of the things that I also like to do is work within a queer and trans community because I'm very interested in helping folks who are in the margins of the margins, because oftentimes those intersecting identities, it can be really challenging to feel seen, heard, and get your needs met. And so it's really great for me to be able to provide therapy. And then I also provide uh, consulting services around equity and diversity, which is really interesting in this current socio-political climate. I'm hoping that I'll, be able to keep clients in that sort of thing, but really important work. And again, the mission is helping people, helping systems and organizations to better meet the needs of Black folks. And so really love the work that I get to do. And I am licensed in Texas. And then as of a couple of weeks ago, I'm licensed in Oklahoma as well. That's where I moved to. And then similarly to Morgan Kennedy, I have a credential that allows me to see folks for telehealth services in about 40 states. We're not quite everybody yet. But yeah, that is the work that I do. And I appreciate just being able to come on and say hello, even though I wasn't able to close out the program. So thanks for the time.
Well, we miss you and we're grateful for you and everything that you are doing. Your work is really important. So we're happy to see you here and I'm excited to get to catch up with you in person in a little. That's it. That's it. We helped support these incredible entrepreneurs. I hope each of you are so proud of yourselves and the hard work that you did and the commitments that you made to take the time out of working in your business and instead work on your business, and do that planning and face those financials and think about how you market yourself. So I'm just really, really proud of all of you, and I hope you are too. I was looking pretty closely at the chat. I didn't see any questions for anybody come through. If anybody has one now, we have just a couple of minutes, so you could raise your hand or you could just unmute and ask. If I don't see any hands raised, I think we can call it. Again, we really wouldn't be able to do this without the support of Texas Women's University Center for Women Entrepreneurs and their incredible team. Kimberly, hi, I see you there. And Tracy Irby, who has been with that program for a really long time. And Stoke is a program of the city of Denton as well. So we get support from the Economic Development Department just to be here and to support the needs of entrepreneurs in Denton. So thank you to our partners for helping us do the work that we do. We are going to wrap it up. I hope to see all of you at Harvest House. We're going to walk or drive ourselves over there, and hope to see many of you there so that we can raise a glass and celebrate these incredible people in this program. So we will say goodbye and thank you so much.